Well, the last stream disconnected, the last two streams, every stream today disconnected due to bandwidth issues. I don't know if it will happen again. But if it does happen again, then I'm not sure what to do about it. So, yeah, it will be hard to fix. If it happens again, will just continue. I'll just continue, but I won't stream because the stream would be broken then. So the problems with my internet connection. I don't have to pop out chat, that's good. We're just gonna use pop out chat, let's do that. Yeah, it's just unfortunate if it just drops frames again. I think I restarted my PC and it fixed it, so we'll just do that again. There we go. Okay, so I'm opening Unity at the minute. Okay. Any drop frames? No, not yet. Okay, we're fine for now. In a few minutes, I'll probably be offline again, but hopefully not. Well, okay. I'm gonna start in a minute. Have to set up everything again because I restarted my PC. But now we're just gonna get into it. Whilst these open, we'll just explain what's gonna happen. Okay. I'm actually gonna put my mic in a different place. So hopefully it's not annoying here. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna add the feature to load from save. Multiplayer load from save, right? 1 minute. So here we have the plan that I made. So this plan here, load save from lobby. Yeah, so this plan is pretty in depth. Pretty in depth. A lot going on. I'm trying to separate it from everything else. Okay. So, player wants to continue from save game. Map is already generated, so map, we don't need to decide the generation again. Map settings are already decided. Audio seems to be working based on this. Player presets already decided, so player by presets I didn't mean, I should use a better word. Player customizations, because presets are a separate feature. Map settings are already yes. Decided. Player customizations, yeah. Implicit. So the way we were making the input work was to load a save. Let's go into game save. No, it's game save. Save button or something. So this is what we were doing last time. So what we did is using the save button, so when we click it, load menu somewhere here, instead of create game, load game. So that's what we were going to do. So we need some way of saying that we're going to load a game instead of saving a game. So right now we're not actually going to implement this in multiplayer, we're just going to implement it in single player first. It's just easier, and then we can think about, so we're just going to load the game. I'm just going to play it. We're just going to load a game from the play tab. And once we've done that, we can we can change the play tab content to reflect a multiplayer game when there's multiple people in the game, etc. So currently we can't tell which ones are multiplayer and single player, but I'll eventually fix that or implement a solution to that. So there is a bug that makes the first empire name like not generate properly, but it's a very minor bug, and I think it only occurs in development, so it's not really worth fixing. But anyway, we have the lobby here. So when we press load save, we don't want to load the game straight away. So currently it just loads the game, right? Instead, we want to, instead of start the game, it will say load game, and then we'll disable these inputs, because it's already been decided after a game's been started. And then what we'll do is we'll have other people in the lobby, there'll be other people in the lobby eventually, this other player, and then they will also have disabled access to this. They'll have no access to changing this after the game has started, since it's already been decided. But only the host will be able to start the game. And the host save is the one that is used, that decides the state of the game. Now, if the save is corrupt, there are such things as corrupted saves that exist here somewhere. Some of them are corrupted due to bugs in the saving system, but if there are any, then this won't work. So this is what happens. It just loads, so we have a multiplayer game. Let's see. This game is multiplayer. What the heck is this? A very weird bug, that's what it is. I've not heard about one before. Ah, do you know why that's occurring? It's because I had to end this stream earlier than planned, but no, pretty early, not earlier than planned, but we haven't applied this yet. So we're going to apply these variables real quick. Load menu is not... Oh, hold on. It's not even centered properly. Select origin... Do we need to select origin window? Why do we have that? Oh no, this is just bad copy and paste. What am I doing? So we don't need to select origin window. Instead we need main window, which is the actual main content. What's going on here? Okay, so here we're actually gonna... The play window will eventually open. It's gonna recompile. So this is an implicit way, there's an implicit way currently of loading a multiplayer save, so we don't have to add new UI. However, we could add a new UI for this. I just haven't... Like, we could add a button that says multiplayer, load as multiplayer, or something. Could add a button to on... So, save menu. Could add button. Only load multiplayer games. So if we're gonna do this, then we could also add a button that also add button Yeah, we do have a lot of tests. Now, we could test some of these if you want. Why not? Let's just test them. They could all fail due to some error that I need to fix. Yeah, definitely. Oh no, none passing. Okay, actually, I'm wrong here. Some of them are passing. Some tests I kind of ignored. Wait, so this test right here, map presets. Oh no, it's not the save menu, load menu. Load menu UI, so if we search this, and then here, so here we have main panels, so main is literally main over here, play is play, save, load menu UI, so that's only gonna work in the main menu. It only works in main menu because these only exist in the main menu. So what we're gonna do, we could add filter out all multiplayer and single player games. That might be the correct idea. Might be a good idea actually. Okay, so what we're doing is we're going to test this. Test that it doesn't load the game. And instead just loads this. Nope. It does not do that. Huh. Okay, well, basically we have to use the menu manager. Yeah. Are we having bandwidth issues? Let's check now. Okay, good. That's just a one-time thing. Okay. Okay, anyway, just ignore that. We need to find menu manager. Okay, so menu manager, main, it's not even called menu manager, what am I doing? Called main panel manager, I should have known better. So we use a string reference and type play, and that's about it, I think. And then we don't need to reference this. So we'll just get rid of that. Maybe we have to close another panel, I don't know, we'll find out. So again, this will only work in the main menu because... So we should just like say, for game manager dot in main menu. That kind of solves that problem. Okay, good. So we've done that. I don't know... Right, the reason it was lagging is because it had to load the entire file. Might need to optimize this. But regardless, it loads the file, right? And just reading the file and converting it is... It doesn't like it, so... The lag isn't that problematic, to be fair. And we are in debug mode, so it's usually laggier than it actually is in reality. It's just going to take the same time it takes to actually load a save in the game. A similar amount of time, at least. So once we've loaded this, right, we want to update, so lazy.find, where is it, game UI something, update, so we have the start game button, etc. So what we're going to do, so once we've loaded this, server added, player, server removed, these are just update display, okay. So what we'll do is we need a way of disabling all of this because we're loading a save and the save's already like been decided. We're gonna plan this in a minute. Update display. So okay. So what are we gonna update? Player preset is from here, so we want to update this and we want to update this because create map is also from here, so we want to update these two when we load a save. So that's what I'm going to do at the minute. So we have all is loading. We don't even have to do that, we just public void load save. And then we could put the save in. Game save. Save. We do have to load the entire save. Regardless. We do have to do that. Because it contains the players that we need to know before we start the game. We need to load the save. We need to know what's in the save before we load the save, basically. Otherwise, it's just not... We're not going to be able to show that the map settings and the empire settings before we actually load the save again, if that makes any sense. we have a random error somewhere. I don't know why. Okay. So we're just gonna update the display. Now all that this does is game manager. All we're gonna do for now is set the game save. So to the player, so that's player manager players first. P is, okay, this is annoying because I haven't got the values. P is self. Is that not a thing? Oh, this is referring to player save. It doesn't have access to that. Huh. This is where it gets interesting, right? How do we know? Okay. Net player ID does not equal 0. For now, this won't work necessarily to. So that's the game save. Now we need to convert that to a player preset. Sorry, player save. Yeah. So no drop frames, okay. So what we're gonna do is with changes, do we need to do that? No. GUID, so GUID is just for like the main menu, so player save.icon name. We're just gonna copy this. Player manager, so yeah, player manager saving. So this is where it gets all the details that we we don't need that. Primary color. Okay, let's do something else, right? Now we could use game manager, like game save.game manager.play. We could just do that. And that. Let's just do that for now, shall we? It's having some issue. Wonder why. Things are very peaceful today. There's nothing to respond to. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, I do know. Like the stream's just just murdered the visibility, so that's why it's very peaceful. Due to the connection issues. And the mic working properly, that might make people click away. Okay, so if I randomize this right, I want this to be the same. What? 1 minute. So here we have the save file in question. Is it loading what we want it to load? This, for example, is this loading properly? No. Okay, origin, yeah, origin, yeah. Yeah, this is loading, agendas, we don't know. Agendas don't really load. Origin loaded. Colors? Nah, I don't think so. The colors look a bit advanced for that. And it gives us all the things we shouldn't be able to see. This one, did this? No, it didn't. Okay. But did we set it properly? I don't know. Let's see. Apparently not. Wait, map settings. Intermediate 4.8. 4.8 a year. Seed. Yeah, that's the same. So there is a disagreement between these two right now. So when we load a when we are gonna do this, right? What happens is why are we doing this? Generate seed. Why are we applying the seed? Why would this not be true? I don't know. Is that it? Are we not actually applying the settings, are we? Yeah, we might want to do that. I'm actually going to re-enable this. Because we can. So what that's going to do is when we change this, nothing, because it's going to have the sound effects. That's cool. Added sound effects. Let's save that so I don't lose it again. Added sound effects, main menu. Re-added sound effects when changing planet. More sound effects is better. More variety of sound effects is better when the sound effects are good. Always better. At least I'm told anyway. Yeah, it's just better because there's more. It's more interesting if there's just sound effects everywhere, like different ones. But if it's all the same sound effect, like this sound effect for everything, it's gonna get very boring after a while. And it took me a while to figure that out, but in fact, it took me until this year to figure that out. So, we want to update everything at once now. I may or may apply. So, we want to do that basically. That's all we want to do. So, here. Create empire, don't apply. Yeah. So, we're going to override that. And we're going to go for. Don't self. Yeah. So create empire, and we'll do that with map as well. Apply preset map. Yeah, setting. What? Create map. Okay, try it again. Do we need to recompile? No. Yeah. Okay, apparently we do. So I've decided not to fix the bug where like the squids become which fixes the squid skins in the game, which are currently broken in the current release. But we're probably I just decided to work on something bigger like this update right now. Because it's better to get all the fixes out in one go. It isn't really, I'm just can't be bothered to upload, to move everything out of the way and fix the squids, so it's just broken for now. It's just easier for me, so to do it all in one go and finish multiplayer. But when it comes to finishing multiplayer, I'll probably this will probably be another 1 or 2 months down the line where we actually release this, because we need to test it with loads of people. Well, not loads of people, but some people. And then we're not really gonna make it. I don't plan on changing anything in terms of the game mechanically. Like, there's no balance changes after the update. I mean, there might be during the update if anything goes wrong during development, but I don't have any plans to massively change the game more than how it is right now for multiplayer. I don't think that's necessary. There will just be the ability to add people, load from saves, everything on here. Not host migration. That could come later. It should be relatively stable, but not as stable as the base game. And also on Steam, interesting things happen when you're testing across PCs. Things are a lot different. I've not tested across networks before, always on the same network. Except I have tested on Steam and it works for now, somewhat. But we're going to have to do more tests than that. So maybe there'll be another small update between here and the release of multiplayer, because this is going to be like quite the biggest feature ever released. So, and one of the like main features, one of the overarching features of the game that I planned from the start, the last overarching feature that I planned from the start, is multiplayer. Like the main feature that I wanted in the game from the first day was multiplayer, so that's what I'm adding, and then we'll see what we do from there. Anyway, we're gonna see if this works or not. Now, so when a player joins the game, right, that's gonna be annoying. But we'll just keep it like that, because it's kind of interesting to have that sound effect randomly play when you open the game. It increases the level of enjoyment in the game. Just plays every sound effect at once. Anyway, look, we've loaded everything that we want. Ocean, this alien thing. It's probably the right one. I haven't checked. Probably. Yeah, everything looks consistent with this, so I'm going to assume it's working correctly. Now this will not work for NetPlayer. So this will work for the host, which we want. We don't need to change this. Actually, do we need to change this? What changes in the game? So the Empire name can change in the game. Okay. I think it can anyway. Origin cannot change, primary color can't change, this can't change. So everything on here cannot change other than the name. Okay, I'm just gonna do it like this because it's easier, right? Okay, what if I do this instead, however? Well, map settings cannot change in the game, but the player save can slightly change in the game. So first, player save. Oh no, we're not converting that. Actually, we can. We can just copy the name, right? Watch this. So player preset, we can just do that. Empire name, player save, or name. Boom. So there it is. We just fixed the problem I just described. So let's say in the game it's this name, Fighters of Vecon, whatever. Then I change the name in game. What if we do that? Did it carry over the changes? No, it didn't. So we have to recompile. The idea is the name's actually going to be what I changed it in the game. The preset is merely what we the original customization of the player in the main menu. That's what that is. So it doesn't account for, it doesn't change when the player changes. It just works on its own, really. We're just gonna have loads of sound effects, it's funny. Like, they're gonna be one... It's actually cool. Because when you press play, right? It just sounds like you're creating a map if you hear that sound. It's kind of cool. It's probably a terrible idea, but I'm just gonna keep it like that. Okay. If anyone's chatted, by the way, I can't see it right now. I can't see anything in the chat, so it's just empty for me. Okay, so 1 minute. So we're gonna load this save, this multiplayer save. We will eventually have to distinguish between what a multiplayer and single player save is, because in the game, we might not have to, but I might do it anyway. In the game, we can just save and reload, but in a multiplayer game, we'll have to disable saving and reloading for obvious reasons. Like, we don't want the host to load a different game whilst the clients are on their own game. It'll be a bit weird. Okay, so this works. I changed the name in game. So the reason this works is the host I'm not sure if this will work for the client, if the client tried to rehost the game with their own save of the multiplayer game. But it's working for our purposes. For the host it will work, because the host is always the first player to load into the game. However, in a save, the client is always the second person to load in the game, usually, so this, so the save, yeah. So this is just the first non-AI player. So it is usually the host, but in the future we could use Steam ID equals Steam API.get. I'm actually gonna do that. How do I get the Steam ID again? I forgot. There's a way somewhere. That's my name hard-coded into the game, my ID. So something sets the Steam ID. Okay, no clear. Something setting it, I forgot what it is. Oh, here it is. Set Steam ID, okay. So if that equals, now this Steam ID is different to this ID. It's actually a U-long number, which is a 64-bit integer if I remember correctly. Unsigned, I think it's unsigned means it's only positive, so I'm not sure. It's either signed or unsigned that's any positive. So we're checking out of all the players that loaded into the game that were in the save. If the save Steam ID is equals to the current player Steam. Now if Steam's not running, sometimes Steam doesn't work. Like during testing it doesn't work sometimes. Like this might not be possible. So first or default, if we can't get it, then we just want to get the first. We'll just assume that it's the host, right? Because our saves, we didn't save the Steam ID with our save, so it's not going to work that way. So first or default, where P there we go. So we assume host in this case. Will not work with saves before multiplayer. Okay. Player save. First. No, we need first here. It also assumes we're in a game that's not full of AI players and without normal players, which would be the case if we had spectator mode on. But it's not really possible, so we don't have to worry about that. Spectator mode isn't like properly implemented, so we should be fine. Yeah, that will do. So, I'm just going to test this real quick. So we load. Now, I changed the name in game, and we want to do something else, so it does load us. This fails because we didn't set our Steam ID. This doesn't exist. We only created this after we saved the game, so the save files changed. So this is an older save, before we added this property to the saves. So we just revert back to only the host saves can work. And it will work with saves before multiplayer update, or only if host is loading game with this format. Okay. So we're gonna disable, so we shouldn't be able to change this, right, when we're loading a save. This should say load save. So 1 minute. So change okay, and also disable, we'll do this first, and then disable map settings, player settings. Yep. That's what we need to do. I'll be right back. Okay. Ugh. Okay. Output's gone, great. Because I did something. And it's back. Okay, so we're gonna do that now. Okay, so what we have to do is wait, okay. Don't. Now there's a function, there's a way to disable everything. So somewhere. So we actually haven't implemented it for this because we've never been in a situation where we've needed to disable empire customization. So we might have to do that manually. Implement that. Here. Did I make this a string? Oh, apparently it's a string now. I don't know if there's any chat, by the way. Like, I haven't seen any. So if anyone's sent a message, then I can't see it. There's been drop frames, which is unfortunate, but I don't know when that was. That might have been a few minutes ago. Okay. So there's a thing that lets us disable everything. I don't know where it is. Okay, so it's here. Actually, all false disable equals false. So where's this called? Game lobby UI. So update display, false disable, true. However, we haven't implemented that yet for this. And then start game. Text in, okay. Load game, is that the correct word? Load game. Load save. Are we starting the game or loading a We're loading the save with people in the game. But are we starting the game? We're doing both things. We're just gonna have it load game for now, but both would be reasonable. But I'm doing it like this because it's more explicit, which is probably better. Oh, we have errors somewhere. Oh. So in here we're gonna see. This is gonna be annoying, isn't it? Is this what it did? Maybe it did that when I changed. Why is this here? That'll do. And that problem's gone. Okay, so we're gonna test if this works, which it should, when it decides to finish loading. Okay, so here you're gonna see that we can't we can't interact with it. Good. We don't need to. So this is what the POV of the client when they can't change the host settings. Here, we want to disable everything as well. How are we going to do that? We're going to do it in here. Just copy and paste this. And then change it, adapt, force disable. So we can just write not force disable, and then for every input, just copy from here. What's this? Icon picker, so that would be the button. Probably. Colors. Now there won't be as many things going on. There's more inputs than this. Okay. Maybe I'm choosing the wrong things to change. Yeah. So we also have this. Species name, yeah. That might be everything. Yeah, it's probably everything. And now we want to test if it works. We don't need to reload the game for this to work, but let's find out. Some things we can't interact with, some... Okay. This just makes everything disabled pretty much. Okay, so if force, I don't know, something like this. Okay, maybe more things will be disabled this time. Hopefully player presets as well. This is taking a long time. As you can see, we can't save or do much. We can scroll still, but we can't change our settings that we've already done, which is a good thing. Nor can we change this, what's going on with the stream. Okay, nothing. But we can interact and say hi. That still works. Can kick players if we want. Can do other things as well. I'm actually gonna get it, so right, okay, so in it has multiple, yeah. Okay, when we load a save, what we want to do, load game. Okay, so we don't need this, we've already implemented this. Do we? No, we don't need that. Okay. We have this. We'll work with, yeah, whatever. So here we have, we're finding our own like player, and otherwise we're finding the host player, which may be a bad idea because it may lead to everyone loading in as the host. In fact, that's probably what's going to happen. Will everyone load in as the host now? We might want to test that. Actually, no, because this is the host loading the save only. Now, we already said that it could be, this condition could happen because this property doesn't exist on the saves yet. Because we saved it before I added this property, so with the save file that we're testing anyway. So we can't decide which player is which player at the minute, but we will be able to. So when a player joins the game, this is the interesting part. Steam lobby manager, check to host. So when we enter a lobby, now the Steam lobbies are a bit interesting right now. Okay, so on lobby entered, we're entering lobby, start client. We haven't bothered to start a client yet. Okay, this is when, before they start the client. Okay, the Steam like, I don't know much about the Steam API here. I just copied this solution somewhere, so I don't know if things break here. It's kind of hard to fix. So a lot of this is copied and adapted from like the documentation and other tutorials. But it works. That's all that matters really at the end of the day. So when we have a client that starts, if we're loading from a save, then we want to set, this is the hard part. Okay, fine. We're going to use the new method that is annoying to use. That deletes itself whenever I try and use it. Actually, net players, we probably want to sort that, don't we? We might want to sort that, otherwise it might cause issues. Anyway, because this net players is very important. Like, it's not really changed that much. Okay, so when we connect, sort by instance ID, set the net players, but host should know this only and update the player's presets manually. Now, host should know this is one thing, and then updating the presets is another thing. So updating manually, so when they join, when client joins, this occurs. So when they join on client connect, yeah, we could do it in net player, could do it in here, so like on start client or on, yeah. On start server, application is editor, what is this? I'm not even questioning this. This looks dubious. Yeah, so now we know if the host is loading the save on the host, so this will be the host. So we can just paste that in. How do we know if they're hosting a game now? Who should know this only and update? yeah, so this can be updated from here, so yeah, this can be updated from here. When the client joins, this occurs here, so we're in this method on the server. So how do we know if the host is hosting a game? Good question. How do we know? Well, one way is to just do this. Game lobby. Okay, we could just say is loading from save true. Lobby is loading from save true. Maybe we can make that public and have so that's false by default. But here it's true, so times have changed. But when we're not doing that, so for example, when we just update the display, this is just going to be, how often do we do this? We're not going to do it there then. But, when we exit the lobby, how do we stop loading from save once we're loading from the save? That's another question. We're dropping more frames, but not as many as last time. Also cap lobby count. That's another thing that I forgot to do. We'll write down something else first. How does the player host stop hosting the game? Stop trying to load and save. There needs to be some sort of cancel feature somewhere, doesn't there? Load save. When we hover over this, it's just a bit weird, isn't it? We didn't do something properly, did we? So settings button, no. Get text content. I don't. Okay, title is just load save, right? And then public void stop hosting save, and then we just say load game, and then false. Something like this we need to do here. I keep doing that. I meant to go in here. So cancel and return cancel. More explicit indication. So we want a more explicit indication of what save we are trying to load. that's another like major feature over here. Not really major actually, but whatever. Yeah, this has become very in-depth for multiplayer. For just multiplayer, it's become a lot. This is how multiplayer differs from single player right now. There's a lot going on. Okay, so just gonna restart. Net player is like, we want to be able to go into Git, yeah, and then get the thing that we just made. We can also do this in Core Net Manager, can't we? It might make more sense. But when we're hosting a save, we're like... Now, there's a problem here. How... The way we've set it up is interesting. So we're hosting a save. Whenever we click any of these buttons, it can't leave a lobby, which is what we want. But it won't leave a lobby. We need a button to stop hosting save, and then just go to a normal lobby. I don't know. Yeah. Button to stop hosting save. Right. And return to normal lobby. So this is a special lobby basically. Return switch to the normal lobby. Cap lobby count, that's what we're going to do now. We're not going to do anything here actually, so we'll just ignore that for now. When we're loading a save in here, what we want to do so set title load save, lobby is loading from save. Yeah, stop hosting. Okay, so core net manager dot instance dot max connections is game manager dot instance dot okay, at this point what we're gonna do, YAML ignore is, I don't know if this will work, so public players array players non-AI players we'll put this in here. Oh, I see. We have players though, right? Okay, that'll work. We could put this in a separate file. That might be a good idea. Public plus game save workers. Okay, this one, not the other one. Okay, values. So non-AI meant. So we don't want to keep spamming this same thing, which is in the game, whatever it's called, create menu. Yeah, so it's basically this, so and then we change this so it doesn't mess up. Play is actually this, by the way. Where? So where? What's its problem with that? Okay, player save, it should be player save, not player. Yeah, that's its problem. Okay, so in this case we can say game save dot player AI dot count, and then in load we can just say the similar thing. Game save dot non-AI players dot count. Simple. So I think this is like self-explanatory. So we can't have any random people playing as the AI, that won't work. So now, so it will go back to whatever it was before, which we'll set over here. We don't need to serialize that. No, we don't need to awake that. Equals max connections. Yeah, just do that. Okay. And then reset max connections. And then we're going to add a button that kind of shows that we're in, so here, we could have a button here actually, that says stop loading from save. Is the screen supposed to be black? No. I don't know how long the screen was supposed to be black. I don't know how long it was black for, but thank you for telling me. It was probably black for a very long time and I didn't notice, so apologies for that. Okay. Save. So when we click this button, basically stop hosting save is going to be called. So I think I was I don't even know how long I had the black screen on, but basically what I was doing was just the entire time was just I wasn't doing anything in the game. I was just writing code, like, and comments, like, not that exciting. And then we made a new we made this. I don't think it was black for that long because I kept checking this and I think it was fine. I could have accidentally pressed something that, a hotkey that made it go to that. Possible. There might be a hotkey that changes the scenes that I need to know about, but yeah. One minute. Just opening a timer on my other laptop. That's a very weird UI for the timer. They've definitely made it weird. Okay. Yeah, and I'll check the chat. Don't know what's going on with my PC at the minute. Yes, my other PC is very slow, so and annoying to use. Yeah. Okay, so this loads, but we want the button to cancel hosting a save. I'm calling it hosting a save because we're not loading a save. Well, we are loading a save, but we're like the step before loading a save. And we're hosting a lobby that also wants to be part of that save. Relatable. Yeah. My PC's worth like 60 quid, so if I break it then it's maybe less. So, and I've had it for over 10 years. My other laptop, that is, not this PC. If this PC was worth 60 quid, that would be very good. Well, it wouldn't be good, but it would also be good at the same time. If that makes any sense. So let's add a button. I think I'm just going to copy and paste a button, to be fair. Like this one. Yeah, so lobby, yeah, we'll just throw a button here. Yeah, so I think the stream will, so the stream will be on for like 20 more minutes to 25 more minutes. I have a thing that automatically turns off the PC at a certain time, so I don't spend too long on my PC. So, which goes off at 11 PM, so, and it would take a while to disable it, so I'll just end the stream before then. Yeah, the button looks terrible in this position. Yeah, maybe we'll make it smaller. Oh, look at that, it looks good now. Right next to that one. Yeah. I could put it up here, but then kind of makes the UI a bit weird. Yeah, we'll just put it in here because I don't know where else to put it. It'll be fine. And then maybe in the center, stop hosting save, that stop loading, switch to normal lobby. I think stop hosting save will have to do. But this button's going to be disabled when we're not hosting a save. So fix update. Yeah. So is lobby is loading from save. And no, this is only so this is only gonna work at, yeah. I'm trying to think of something here. So we have a problem. We have a problem here. Basically, we're doing this on the host, but on the client, it might update some other way. Yeah, so there's other ways it can just update. So it might override the inability to edit settings and things, so maybe we want this for to be on all, like, we want to know, let everyone know that we're loading a save. So there is a way to do that. We could move this to here. And then add this to net player. And then all is lobby is loading from save. That's one way to do it. Do we have access to state in the lobby? No, we don't. We need something to, like, we need some network behavior here. Wait, can we have sync vars on here? Can we? Well, I don't know. Can we have sync files on the network manager, the core one? choose. Lobby, loading from save, and then comment manager. This will only work if this may or may not work, I don't know. We'll have to think of something else if it doesn't. So yeah. What's going on? Oh, so sad. Chat state. Chat state's the only thing. Should we use chat state, do you think? I think we should. Should we? I think well, we haven't got to the bit where we're past the lobby and we're loading a save, so for now, yeah, why not? Let's chat state. Yeah. That will be interesting when we're actually loading the save properly. But we haven't got to that stage yet, so we should be fine. Lobby is loading. Yeah, that'll do. Because no, not on the. What am I doing? Here. Yeah. Lobby is loading from save, and then it's in this weird. It's in here, which is a very weird way of doing it, but it's a way of doing it. So we're gonna do it this way. We could also make it static, because why not? Yeah, and then we see if this is true. Then we do that. And if we want to set this, right, it's not going to work. So we need to add a get and set on it. So, yeah, that, and then it's stored somewhere at least. It's the only network behavior in the lobby. And this doesn't persist into the game, so if we need to know that it's loading a save in the game, we're gonna have problems. We probably do. Won't persist when loading actual game. Won't persist. State won't persist. After loading core scene. So this won't carry on into the next scene, which will likely cause issues, but we'll get to that another time. See if anything is going on. Nothing. Okay. Stop hosting save out. We need to apply that, don't we? Lobby. Wherever that is, I don't know. Game lobby UI. Well, I bought a new mouse yesterday. I haven't got it yet, but I don't even know if this mouse is broken after all. This eBay mouse. But it might have just fixed itself again. Basically, it didn't click properly. And sometimes it just double clicks, so I don't know what's occurring there. Maybe we should disable that by default so it doesn't just flash. Okay, so when we load a save, we're gonna see some interesting things occur. Right, first of all, this should be capped, but isn't. What's going on? No, it didn't work. Okay, whatever. Okay, we're trying that again. There's like 12 minutes left of the stream, by the way, just a warning. It's like, how long have we been going for? 2 hours. Yeah, I could extend it possibly, but not by that much. We'll still have to end soon. Okay, let's try it again. It'll probably go on for like another 30 minutes at least. No, up to 30 minutes. Because I do want to get this done first. This being very annoying again. Okay, shush me. It's being very annoying. Somewhere. Game, where is it? Yep. What we doing again? This, okay, so this main button, okay, main button, not settings button. Getting the wrong script here, and it doesn't have a title, it has a button text. It was just start game, not load game, what I'm doing here. Okay. We don't even need this to be Republic, really. We're having all the menu themes playing right now. What's going on there? Yeah, I might have destroyed the Twitch chat. Like, there's just dead. I might need to go back into the travel and outdoors category, which this is. I'm currently traveling and I'm currently outdoors. As you can see. So I think that's the optimal category on Twitch. Even that's the complete opposite of what I'm doing right now. I'm not traveling and I'm not outdoors, so. But that's what the other streams would categorize as, so it might be the optimal play. Yeah. Yeah, so it says it capped it. We had 3 players in the simulator. I thought we had 2, but we were doing 3, so that was the correct number. So when we stop hosting, what's it gonna do? It's gonna stop hosting. But oh yeah, it's gonna be annoying. That's what it's gonna do. But what we forgot to do is like change things here. So we want to update display, of course. Okay, let's host again, shall we? Come on. Okay, stop. And then it updates again and we can change things. And then when we load again, what's it gonna do? We already know. Well, it's going to disable everything. I mean, it's not that explicit when things are disabled. It kind of feels like it's broken, but it's working correctly. Like, we can't edit anything. Maybe we can make it more explicit and like, when it's disabled, what we can do is create game, right? Create game. What was it? Create, yeah. So disable. Okay, force disable lobby is loading from save. And then create map. Yeah, we're just gonna so if it updates, then at least it's gonna do it properly on the client and not only on the host. Should be very confusing. So what we're gonna do is so we're gonna get we're gonna get the panels here. So we have the panels. Now the background can change, right? We want no, we don't want this. Oh, we do want this, because I was gonna have the background be grey, right? But I just messed with this and it seemed to be a good idea actually. What's going on? Map, yeah, that is a great idea. So we set that to look like it's disabled now. Now it looks like we can't do anything. That's what we want. But we can see what we're doing. That might be too... Now we're just going to keep it like... 0.5 will do. Yeah. so now, just get canvas group. This will get canvas group dot set dot alpha is force disable is 0.5 or 1. Same with this. Yes. So it is force disable. What? Is host? No, not is host. Oh, okay, whatever. Should disable. Wait, what? Should enable, sorry. Should enable. Yeah. So now, what's gonna happen? Is this gonna... No, we don't need to reload, so... Everything looks normal, right? Yeah, I messed it up. Should enable force. Yeah. It's actually force disable. So now if I come back in here. Yeah, so this updates, everything's fine. I messed up something here, no. Okay, we're loading the save again. Now, it looks disabled, that's good. But when we stop hosting, boom, we get it back, that's better. Okay, so... let's do that again for educational purposes. Okay, that something broke again. This is just, these errors are just from scripts on these objects, background objects that shouldn't be on the objects, but that I forgot to remove, or haven't got round to it yet. Anyway, so this should be load safe, of course, but when I loaded it, it just messed up like big time. Okay, the noises are gonna get annoying, aren't they? Yeah, this is messed up, what's going on? So when, hold on. State. So we should be hosting a save. Yeah. I want to check if that works properly. Yeah, okay. So what now? Stop hosting save. Stop hosting save. Stop hissing. Yeah. That sounded so funny. It sounds like a plane or a helicopter or something. Okay, 1 minute. I'm gonna have to do something, which is stop the PC from shutting down. Which may or may not occur, so if the stream goes off at 11 PM, then the stream will officially end. but I am temporarily disabling that. I think this should work anyway. If the stream it doesn't work by the way. If the stream goes offline, well, what we did, we'll just recap things that we did. We just added, okay, so we added, when we load a multiplayer save, what we did is, I don't know what's going on right now, to be honest. Anyway, we disabled this, so you can't do anything. Added this button. It should say load from game, but something's broken. And it caps the lobby when we leave. It uncaps the lobby, makes this very funny sound. And then the stream could end. Maybe it won't end soon, but next time we could test with players. And multiple players in the same lobby, we could do that, and then actually load the save in the game. But I'm just gonna see if the stream goes off or not. It will go off within 1 minute if it's supposed to go off. In a few seconds it will go off. Well, it may not go off, who knows. If it goes off, then that's it for the stream. It's not going off, but we have to give it another minute. I did disable it just now, so I guess that's why it's not going off. Anyway, I'm gonna think about what I'm gonna do for the rest of the stream. Okay, we want to fix this bug where, if we can. Okay, it's not turned off, we're fine. So, we want to disable, we want to fix this, right? So, I'm just going to keep that sound there because it's funny. Even though it's buggy, it's funny. We added a bug. By doing this, we added a bug. Adding these sound effects. Load save, it should not say load save anywhere. So this is where we click on load save. No. Start game. How many start games are there? Not many. That's not good. Stop pasting save. So when we update display, wherever we do that, we want to do that instead. So now it's going to say start game, and then when we load a save, screen is not black. It's gonna say no, you should not say that. This is just annoying, I'm just gonna ignore it. Stop pasting save. I'm just gonna do that again. That is a cool sound effect, to be fair. That's an intentional bug. Okay, so I think we'll just let compound the changes. Okay, so let's play the game. What do we need to do? Okay. So, we're just gonna load this save again. Oh, it just not updating the button, is it? But it is updating this and everything, so that's okay. Do we... hold on. We don't need this, do we? Nah. No, what? Yeah, it's just annoying, isn't it? Really? Wow, okay. That's it. That's all it does. Yeah. So what are we doing here? We're seeing something. Yeah. Yeah, I just leave this for now. We'll have this annoying. We'll have this. It's not annoying, but we'll just have this pop up. Because if the player doesn't know what each thing does, then it can. If it hovers over this, I think it'll be more of a problem if we remove it. Then it's fine to keep this how it is. We could also have had tooltips for all of this, but this is better how it is, in my opinion. We just didn't add tooltips for most of this. Well, we did, but in a different way. Right, why have we got start game? I don't know. It doesn't really matter. Yeah, does it? It does matter because we want to show that we're loading a save. That's why it matters. Okay, I'm gonna be right back. Okay, so What's going on here? Yeah, I don't really know why it's not working. But, yeah. Let's see what happens when someone else joins the lobby, so... just gonna restart. Basically. And we'll just... did I change anything here? No. Then we're gonna join. This is interesting. Okay, so this is different on here than it is here. So the player count is different than it actually is, should be. This is a bit interesting. Okay, so basically we need a different button. Instead of a start game button, we need a load game button. And we need that load because hold on. Load game button set active format lobby and format manager is host. No, what is server active host. Yeah. Basically, if we're the host and we're loading from save, then we set that active, otherwise we do not. Rather than just having a button that says load save, that is silly in its current form. There we go. And then disable. That's it. So in this button, basically, load game. But when we click it, what we want to do is we want to game manager dot load game, and the game that we want to load is save name. There we go. We could store this if we wanted to, but this is a few kilobytes of data in memory, so maybe not the best idea. Save name to which is set in here. String save name, and save name. Let's just try it and see what happens, shall we? We're just gonna see what happens. I do have no idea what's going to happen, but we have to do it. We have to try and load a save. We don't have to, but we're just going to do it. We're going to create a load button. We're going to attempt to load a save, and then we're just going to call it a day, and then in this room. And that's about it. So we need a load game button. And we need to load game instead. But this is not going to be active at the same time. So we'll just put that there, add. And then, but instead of load game, right, we need load save, by the way. Now let's start. Have I reloaded the scene? It's not really important. Actually it is. Let's just reload the scene. Because it thinks it's gonna give us errors that aren't actually there. Possibly. Okay, connect. So here's the lobby, normal, nothing empty. Ordinary, load, save. Click on a save. Does some things. So you're there. I decide I want to be part of the save. Okay, what? Not quite. So this button needs to be the host. So stop loading save. Yep, you can't do that anymore, mate. Indication that we're loading from a save is this. Nothing up here. We're gonna ready up. And yeah, that's pretty much it, to be fair. Well, if we go to a regular lobby, this is what happens. Nothing updates yet, but when we reload, it does. Now, let's say we want to turn it into a load safe lobby again. Whilst we're in a lobby, we're testing some very weird things here. Yeah. We are testing some very weird things, I'm not gonna lie. And we need to start game button dot game object dot set active game core net manager dot is not loading from save. We're actually gonna enable this. Bar button start button is game. I'm not gonna read out what I'm typing, I'm just gonna type it. and then we apply the tooltip to the start game button. Load save. You see on the client now we have load save, but start button is up here. Now the start button will have the same conditions over here. The host can start the game, client cannot start the game. So it will be treated the same now that we are loading a save. We can sync the player count across the clients in the future, but for now we're not going to do that. For some reason this hasn't updated properly, I don't know why. We're testing some interesting things right now. Okay, after this we're going to end the stream. Now, I don't expect this to work. Just for a warning, I don't expect this to work. It is loading right now, it is not loaded in yet. Well, what did I say? Actually, what's going on? Okay, now we didn't join yet. We need to have the client actually do the loading. What's going on? Okay, we're in the game, right? What has happened here? We need to analyze what is going on. What the heck? So is the client trying to load in as the host? Is that what this is? This is the client. You know, it's actually almost worked, right? We're actually not far from finishing the last multiplayer feature. This is the last multiplayer feature that we need to add before it's like that I know of anyway. Other than host migration, we don't need to add host migration. We literally, if the host leaves, the game's over. Like, it's pretty simple. We don't need to. If the main player, the main character leaves, then it's kind of the game doesn't need all this fancy logic to rehost the game. Well, we could add that, but it's not really a massive. It would be helpful in a more popular game where there's lobbies, like you can join random lobbies and the host can be anyone. But when it's your friends, it don't matter that much, right? So other than host migration, when the host leaves and another player becomes a host, if we just have so it's just the last feature basically, continuing a game from that we left off basically. Yeah, that was kind of a glitch that they ended up in the middle. The client actually caused this. I changed the name in game, and it loads the correct name of this. we did change the name in the save file, so it does load the players properly, and it syncs with the client. Syncs with the client. The text, okay, so it works. It's not far from working. It just needs some like setup, finishing touches. Well, not really, but let's see things. So we have, yeah, thank you Steam community overlay, whatever. T fleet, we have 66. We should have 66 on here, which we do. T players. We have 16 players. We have 16 players. This is actually a lot better than I expected it to be, which is not bad. We have 2 net players, of course. Now, the lobby expected there to be 3 net players, so it would look very similar if this was the 3rd net player. We have a capital. We have a working capital, which we can manage. We can manage the capital. We can't cancel the automation. I do not know why. Maybe I haven't implemented this button properly, who knows. We have a capital. If we can go into systems. We haven't checked unions yet, but that's like another. We haven't got into that yet. So galactic. So we have. It has its own saving and all that. But we don't need to worry about that because that is tested on the back, tested on the back end, tested, unit tested. Should work, no guarantees, but haven't properly tested that one in reality. Should work in single player as well. Can I send messages? Would appear so. So okay, so it's actually playing. I'm not sure if that's a good idea, but anyway, what is? It loads the icons as well as these icons synced. Yeah. One thing to note is we have different things that are explored and not explored. It's actually the one thing that's off is that these are in the middle right now. The one major thing. Other than quick actions not enabling properly, she now will. Borders just need to be initialized again. Redraw icons. In it again. I don't know why these are not showing up. The lanes, hyperlanes are not showing properly, so yeah, that's one thing that needs. So this in the middle is the big problem right now. Fleet and saving. So these shouldn't be in this position. This is weird, by the way, that they're in the middle. Maybe they're the last fleets that were created, who knows? So this one, right? In the middle. Yeah, that shouldn't be in the middle. So it thinks it's in the middle, but it shouldn't be in the middle. So this is okay. So they shouldn't be in the middle. There's a problem with that we need to fix, but that's good. So we can manage colonies still. Can we diplomacy? Trade. Go in here. What? We didn't get the notification for whatever reason. I have no idea why. but we could still trade, it's still transferred. So that's another thing that could be fixed. So we kind of technically loaded a save, but it needs some more fixes before it works. So we're very close to making the last feature of multiplayer work. As you can see, we just loaded a save on another player for the first time. It needs some polishing. We've got some errors going on. Like, we need to fix some state errors. But once we fixed all of that, then we can be very close to, like, making it stable before we release anything. So, there we go. We kind of semi-successfully implemented load save from lobby. And in fact, we did implement it, but we did it in such a way that the map's the same, right? The map's the same. Yeah. That's good. So a problem is that when we load a save, like all the state changes and everything, that might cause what we're seeing here. Well, yeah, it could contribute to it. So there's some things with loading saves that mess things up, or would mess things up. So we need to fix them another time. But anyway, thank you for watching if you did. We have 0 viewers. This was the best stream with 0 viewers that I've ever done. So you were missing out if you didn't watch it on one of the biggest features that I've added in a while, or milestones that we've reached. So yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna